I just see Arsenal.
Arsenal, I think
I
Arsenal
want
will go
Arsenal
through.
to go through.
I want Arsenal to go through.
I want Arsenal to go through.
Because if Madrid goes through, who knows what other magic they'll fucking pull out.
Fucking bullshit they're gonna bring out. But at the same time, I feel it's gonna be. I think Madrid's gonna score at least 2 goals.
Fair.
I feel like Arsenal will lose this game.
Man, oh man, oh man. Men to boys. We're here to talk about the Champions League.
Yes, sir. Man, the UEFA Champions League has been going crazy.
This is out of our comfort zone. We don't usually talk about the Champions League because we're not both in there. If we were, we'll be talking about it.
I'm talking about it all the time. But it has been crazy too. And I feel like it's a topic that we need to speak about. We need to touch on that. Put some predictions on because, bro,
we got to predict that because some of the games are crazy. From Barcelona demolishing Dortmund and PSG putting the sword in the last minute for Aston Villa with no hope coming back. And with Bayern Munich having like 20 shots and unable to score.
Just missing their chances, opportunities, man.
Scoring 1 goal and Inter just in the last dying minutes scoring that 1 goal. It made it seem like it would be impossible for Bayern to come back because...
They literally got that out of their bowls back, bro.
Because Inter will just defend.
I swear.
They don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless Bayern scores and then they'll be like, let's get another goal because we don't go extra time.
100%.
And then
the headliner of everyone's Instagram, TikTok, and everything, man. Real Madrid, Arsenal. Hey,
because if you look at the corner of your screen now, there's a ball coming,
and
it's from Declan Rice.
rice, baby.
Literally,
rice, baby. Man.
Anyways, we'll start with Barcelona. We'll try to predict how that game will go, the second leg, which will be in Dortmund. I think I have 1% doubt in terms of thinking that we're going to go through, but I'm 99% sure Barca will get the job done.
100. Well,
whether we lose or not, I don't want to lose.
Obviously, you do not want to lose. You guys want to keep that winning streak.
We want to be unbeaten so far, and it creates a momentum. It creates just an atmosphere in the dressing room, knowing that you're an unbeaten team. It's just, I don't know, the feelings must be good. So I don't mind a draw. If we lose, look, it's not the end of the world. We go through anyway, but I feel like that will hinder just what we are trying to achieve. So I'll predict a draw in that game, even though I think we'll win, but I'll predict that we'll draw. I think we might win 2-1 or 3-1, but I'll predict a 2-2.
A 2-2? Look, I agree with you as well, but on top of that, knowing how Barcelona has been playing, especially with your first leg and you guys, just the way you guys were playing Dortmund.
We just wanted to kill that game.
You just wanted to kill them. And I feel like you guys are going to come back with that same energy, with that same furiousity to just annihilate a team. Show them your presence. You don't know hope because, man, your stars were shining that day, man. You had Lamar, you had Lewandowski, Fina was shining, man. Like, all of them were shining and just taking their chances, which was very exciting.
It was.
So my prediction is I feel like you guys will still come back with that furiosity and that fire just to annihilate Dortmund once more, just to shut everything out. Just give him no chance.
I don't mind that prediction. What's the scoreline?
So I'm looking probably a 3-0, if not another 4-0.
I'll take it.
Of course you'll take it. I feel like it will also cause fear with other teams. If you guys come in furious and you're just annihilating this team, these other teams are going to look like, all right, we have to put some respect on them. On top of that, we have to be very careful because your forwards right now are just different level.
All right, we'll move on to PSG versus Aston Villa. PSG were actually down in this game in the first leg. They were down 1-0. And then some of these goals, man. Desiree Doué, bro. You see the top bins he put against...
Top bins is right now. It's a trend right now.
You saw called best keeper in the Premier League. And he didn't even move, bro. That was the beginning of the train taking off. And then from there, PSG just looked comfortable. They just kept going at it. And then Aston Villa had no answers. And it just looked like, what's the point of watching this game? As soon as they went 2-1 up, I was like, this might end up being 4-1, to be honest. Because how many shots they took, they could have ended way worse for Aston Villa. They were likely to stay 2-1 for the longest time. But I feel like that last goal is just, I feel like there's no return.
There isn't no return. But I'm like, it's very saddening for Aston Villa, but at the same time, I also like just watching the game. It just seemed like Aston Villa wasn't in familiar territory in terms of competition wise. They didn't seem like they were ready for that. Yes, I give them props for making it this far, and it's an achievement. They should be proud of what they're doing.
A lot of credit.
Man, a lot of credit to them, man. But once you get to these stages within the competition, it then gets harder and you start to realize. You see the difference in quality and you see how much other teams are actually wanting to win. And how much they will bring to that pitch. And they will go to the limits.
PSG have been trying to get this cup for a long time. So they're not going to let Aston Villa get in the way.
No way.
After beating Liverpool, why would you let Aston Villa get in the way?
Exactly.
So anyways, I'll predict... I hate being on the fence all the time. But I have a feeling this will be a draw as well. Like a 1-1. I think it's going to happen the same way. I feel like Aston Villa will probably score first. They'll have a lot of energy in them. Yeah. They want to keep going because they need 2 goals. And they want to go for the second one. And that's when the floodgates open.
Yeah.
And then PSG will just score a goal. Maybe probably in the second half. I think Aston Villa score in the first, PSG score in the second. And then after that, I feel like Aston Villa will try to calm down and be like, look, we can't be too open. And then PSG will like, well, we took pretty much 2-0 up at this point.
Let's calm down.
Preserve the energy for the next game. So, what do you predict for that? What scoreline?
I second that. I think Aston Villa will probably score first. Obviously, them being home, it's the crowd and the energy behind them. And obviously, they want to at least give something to the people of home. You know? They want to give them a game. They want to give them that energy. So, I feel like them scoring first will bring up hope, will bring up everything. And then they'll just be firing, trying to get that second goal. But with that... will open a lot in the back line, and that's when PSG will slip through. And I feel like, so once PSG has got that goal in, I don't see Aston Villa going anywhere after that.
They'll be deflated.
My prediction, I reckon 1-1 until the last minute where PSG gets this. So then they'll finish.
I see that scenario too. Anyways, we'll move on to the next game, which is Bayern Munich versus Inter Milan. Maybe the other way around because it's the second leg. So Inter will be at home at the San Siro, where a lot of magic has happened. There hasn't been a lot of remontadas, which is big comebacks there, but there's been a lot of history there. And I don't think Bayern has what it takes for the atmosphere that will be at the San Siro. However, the fact that Bayern had 20 shots in the first game, I think something is bound to give. You can only hit something so much until it falls.
Until it falls down.
And I think Bayern will probably score 2 goals. How Inter does, I can't predict, but I think Bayern will end up scoring 2 goals at the San Siro. But I predict for Inter to score a goal, even if it's 2, but I'm predicting 1 for now. So I'm predicting Bayern 2-1. Probably go into extra time. What happens there, I can't predict. It's too from my jurisdiction. And then I think it might end up going to penalties. Who takes that? I can't. Look, I'm not a genie. So what happens in the penalties, all I can predict is as far as the penalties. I think it'll go to penalties, and that's as far as I can go.
Well, from my side of things, Bayern is a team that usually get to semi-finals, and them obviously being behind, I feel like they're gonna bring more, 100%. Yes, they're not home, but I feel like they're might use that to their advantage because the excitement that Inter's gonna have when they're at home is gonna allow those slip-ups to happen. Because being comfortable, being somewhere where you're comfortable, you feel like you can play willy-nilly.
You're comfortable, but 2-1 is not a big margin.
2-1 is not a big margin. So I feel like Inter will take that. Literally, they feel like they already won. As in Bayern, they're going for it, nothing to lose. So I'm looking at the score being 2-1.
Did you see the Inter, after Inter scored, the guy took his shirt off? Bro, it's his first half.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. It's the excitement of these Inter players, especially when they're at home, and atmosphere, man. And whether it's AC Milan or Inter Milan, atmosphere of the players and how they react when they score goals. And I feel like that will divert them from understanding this game is still going.
I feel like that's the most exciting match to watch because the Barca one and the PSG one, those legs are pretty much done. Let's be honest. Obviously, there's a chance.
There's a chance
for the other teams to come back. There is a chance. You can't rule any team out at this point in the Champions League because every team that's there, they have something in them. They have fight in them. That's why they're there. So there is a chance for those teams to come back, but I feel like the Bayern Inter one will be the closest one. Therefore, it will be the most exciting one because the two teams will be like, there's something to fight for.
They both coming in fighting. It's a close one. I feel like those other two matches, they've already been written. The script has already been
and
done.
The winning teams are far and above the other teams.
Exactly. So with these two, it's a battle. But like I said, I reckon Bayern are going to come out this game 2-1 and hopefully proceed on to...
I hope so, because that creates a better scenario for Barcelona in terms of who we have to verse in the semi-finals, because Inter for us, I think, will be difficult. I've seen a lot of matches Barcelona play this season. When teams sit so deep, it's hard for us to break them down. So that's why I'd rather Bayern, because they're more open and they like to play a little bit higher. So it's better for us. Anyways, we left the best for last. And when I say the best, two things.
All right, go on.
Free kick number 1 was good. It was incredible. Free kick number 2, best I've seen in a long time. Best I've seen since Messi scored against Liverpool in the first leg, and then we ended up losing 4-0. So this is why I brought up the Liverpool Barcelona situation, because we were winning 3-0. Messi scored an incredible free kick, but we missed the chance in the last few minutes when Dembele literally had an open goal, missed it. And when that happened, I had a little bit of... I was worried, but I was like, it's 3-0. There's no way Liverpool comes back after we beat them 3-0. You think we're going to go to Liverpool and not score a goal? What happened is history. So I bring that up to say that Madrid is a weird team.
It is.
Because they struggle with the worst of teams. But when it comes time to switch it on,
they will.
And the talent to shine bright, they just turn it on somehow and get whether it's the talent they have on the field, 12th man, or because they're at home, so they have 13 men on the field. They have the fans, they have the 12, the 11 players, and then the ref. So if the ref is mutual, I feel like Arsenal goes through. If the ref comes to that Bernabeu with some bullshit, I feel like it's going to be a long game for Arsenal. And this is why it's very hard to predict. Because I think...
It's hard, bro. It's hard. And I've been thinking about this for a while.
Because Madrid wants to score. They're 3-0 behind.
100%
they need to score at least at minimum one goal to get any sort of adrenaline going. So with that said, I feel like they'll leave themselves open at the back. Which is
good.
So I predict Arsenal to score first now. I've just changed my mind. Thinking of it, Madrid will come guns blazing, leave 2 men at the back, because the fullbacks will be running forward as well. They probably leave 2 men at the back, and then Arsenal, all they have to do is get the ball and just
send it
counter.
Over.
I feel like that would be the game plan. So with that said, I feel like this game will end at most 2-1 Arsenal. I think Arsenal wins, because I feel like the fact that Madrid wants to win the game so bad, which they're not in a hurry to do. Every time they show up to game, they just play their game. If a goal comes, it comes. But now they have to actually do something. So with that said, I feel like it's gonna be 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh man.
Unless the ref just decides to do something. If the ref is involved, I think Madrid wins the game. I don't think they go through. They'll win the game, but I don't think they'll go through.
See, Madrid, right? Actually, I have to look at it this way. This Madrid team. Because I'm thinking of the old Madrid teams. Now, the old Madrid teams would not lose twice.
No, they had some fight in them.
They had character. They had character, you know what I mean? So, with this Madrid team, where there's just a bunch of individual players, I can already predict Mbappe is going crazy. I can already predict Vinicius is just literally fighting.
I'll predict a sending off.
I don't know which
team.
No, I predict a red card for Real Madrid.
I could have reasons why Arsenal might get a red card. So that's why I'm saying there'll definitely be a red card in this game and potentially a penalty, but I can predict a red card. Whether it's Arsenal just defending so hard and they just want to make sure they don't lose and they just make silly tackles and they get a double booking or 2 yellows and they're out, or it's Madrid where they just get so frustrated like Madrid did in the last game and they start kicking people.
Someone's getting sent off.
But this is going to be a fight.
It is going to be a fight of a game, I reckon. I can already see it.
I think they should put this on pay-per-view.
This is like a fight, bro. Honestly, it is a fight. But my prediction is I just see Arsenal.
I think Arsenal.
I want Arsenal to go through.
I want Arsenal to go through.
I want Arsenal to go through.
Because if Madrid goes through, who knows what other magic they'll fucking pull out.
Fucking bullshit they're gonna bring out. But at the same time, I feel it's gonna be. I think Madrid's gonna score at least 2 goals.
Fair.
I feel like Arsenal will lose this game. They'll probably score 1 and Madrid score 2, but they're still going to go through.
No, we'll go through. I feel like it would happen either way. 2-1 is going to be the scoreline. Whether it's Arsenal winning or Madrid winning, I think it's going to be 2-1.
2-1. I'm locking that in.
I'll lock in mine too. I might be wrong, but there's definitely a red card.
But
you heard it here first.
You heard it here first, man. But hey, those are our predictions. Oh man, it's gonna be exciting when these matches come through. I personally cannot wait to see these matches and just to see our predictions go through, or just to see how it actually ends up. So if you're a fan of football and you guys want to stay in tune and know all the latest updates and stuff like that, follow us, man. We'll keep you guys in tune.
We will. Man, oh man, oh man.
Man, oh man, man.
Man to boys.
Men to boys, man. But it's been a great time. I am Ayo Kuru.
I'm Neo. It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me too.